Hey there. So a mixed signal is a miscommunication or an excuse to hold someone at arm's length. If you ask me, mixed signals are negative signals in disguise. And usually many people use it to slow down the pace of a relationship for various reasons. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you the top 7 mixed signals that women use so you can easily identify them when you see them and what you can do about it. So if this is something you're looking forward to hearing, do stick around. The video starts pronto. Welcome back. My name is Jessica. This is my YouTube channel. So in today's video, as promised, 7 top mixed signals that women give and what you can do about it. I will also, of course, attempt to generally let you know what they mean. But the honest truth is, like I already said, mixed signals are negative signals in disguise, and there's no better way to put it. From where I sit, if someone really likes you, they need to come clean, come out, communicate their fondness for you clearly so that everybody, sort of understands themselves and adjust themselves to the relationship that they intend to grow. But usually when people are unsure of the other party they're either in a relationship with or hoping to get into a relationship with, they will give you mixed signals. Let's jump into mixed signal number 1. You never get the call or text when you expect it. So you've reached out to this person either via call, they missed your call, or you sent a text and your message hasn't been read, essentially. It's been an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and you're just there hanging, so to speak, not knowing what action to take because perhaps you're waiting for their response to be able to, go ahead with your day or go ahead with plans. However, you never seem to get that response on time, and they only come back at you when they are free and have absolutely nothing to do. For me, it's a clear sign that this girl has other things taking her attention, and if it's not her work or school, depending on who she is, it could be just the fact that you are not interesting enough. And so you send her a message, call, and she still will not be quick to respond to you. You're not her priority, obviously, and she has other things to do. Sometimes there's even the case of they not following up days, after you guys went on your first date, and, it's just been pretty much silence. Listen, it's a big sign that they're not that into you. Number 2, they're too busy to make plans. And guess what? This is usually after they say, oh, I can't wait to see you again. And yet every time you've tried to make plans with them, they give you an excuse of, being out of town, being too busy, work taking up all their time, and so on and so forth. I mean, listen, we're in 2022, or whatever year you're watching this video in, really. But everybody has a busy schedule to juggle, and you make time for the things you care about. You make time for the people you care about. So if this person is not able to make time for you, there's your answer right there. They're trying to be polite about it and not make you feel so bad. And really, think about it this way. If they're not in a place in their life where they're able to prioritize their relationships, then maybe this isn't someone you even want to deal with in the first place. Because imagine being in a relationship with someone like that. You're constantly going to have to do so much more to have them engage with you. And I do not think that that's a very good way to keep a relationship. The third mixed signal is they tend to like your social media posts or engage with you on social media, but they do not respond to your messages to their personal phone on time. So this is something that happens really often. People will like your post as soon as you post it, be the first to check out your Instagram story or your TikTok or whatever. But the minute you post, they're always like within the first 10 to watch it. Meanwhile, when you send them messages, it takes them hours and hours to get back to you. It's almost like they're just deflecting, that engagement, that close-up engagement with you. And for me, that's a big, big red flag because they're leading you on, okay? They're liking your posts, so you feel like, oh, this person still has me in mind. They're still thinking about me. There's a chance there. But they're not available to you when you actually need them for either a phone call, a text, or an actual meetup. What does it say? They're just leading you on, giving you little bits and crumbs so you stay interested whilst they go ahead and live their lives, getting all the attention from all their other suitors that might be trotting on the sidelines. Now, this is the hard truth. If you're left confused about someone's intentions, then maybe they're not that into you. Because for me, your intentions should be as clear as day. There's no black, there's no white. It's either yes or no. We're either in this or we're not. It's never a maybe. I tell people all the time that anything apart from a yes is a no. Think about it. Number 4, they don't open up, but they expect you to. When you meet this person or when you engage with this person, they're always, in your business. What are you doing? How are you doing it? What's going on? Tell me about your day. Da, 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 da. And yet when you sort of try to pry and prod, there's always this should I say firewall, for want of a better word, where you can't just seem to break through. It's like they're sharing, but they're not really sharing. You can almost feel that all the information they're giving you is superficial. It's something that someone can easily, basically someone off the street can get if they wanted to, right? There's nothing deeper. There's no added effort to really bring you into the fold. And it's a mixed signal that a lot of women give when they, once again, are not that into you or they are unsure of you. I mean, really, why would you open up to someone you're not planning on getting close to? Catch my drift? So, I mean, that's really it. You're opening up, but they hardly or rarely do. Now, if you ask me, a successful relationship requires emotional connection. And being vulnerable is one of the ways to really be able to emotionally connect with others. So if you're willing to be vulnerable by sharing some of the stuff that means a lot to you and they're not, then you're definitely on different wavelengths. Number 5, and perhaps the most obvious, I'm not even sure if this should be called a mixed signal, but it still makes it to my list because this girl will constantly be flirting with other people, whether you're there or whether you're not. I mean, look at it this way. When you guys go out to an event together, she leaves your table, moves to the next and starts chatting with the guys there, interacting with them, flirting with them, laughing, having a ball whilst you sit on your table by yourself, waiting for her to come back. It's not only disrespectful, it's no way to treat someone you came out with. There are women who just can't help themselves in that regard, Flirting is a big game to them. And if you take them too seriously, you're the only one who's going to end up hurt. For me, that's a big red flag because if she really likes you, she will not have time to flirt with other people. Now, it could also mean that she's not ready for exclusivity. And if that's the case, she should be able to communicate with you and let you know exactly what you're up against. So it's not like, she seems to really like me, but when we go out, she's with everybody else but me, flirting and laughing. And that is just really not cool, And for me, maybe she's not ready to go exclusive with you and you need to take a decision as to whether you want to continue pursuing this woman or not. Number 6 is you still haven't had the what are we conversation. So you've been seeing each other back and forth and in your mind you feel like everything is going well, right? But for some reason she's managed to dodge the real conversation that needs to happen, the what are we conversation, that conversation that defines the relationship that you're in. Let me tell you something. When it comes to relationships, usually women are the ones who are the quickest to try to define it because they don't want to be strung along. They do not want to be used. They do not want to be intimate with so many men before they find out the status of the relationship. And so if you meet a woman who doesn't quite seem to want to have that what are we conversation, then that is a huge red flag. It should not be a mixed signal at all. It could mean that there are other people, there's someone else in the picture, or she's not that into you. And so popping a conversation like that makes her feel stifled and uncomfortable. When you look at the relationship from a distance, you are already here in love and ready to go all in, and she's still right here jogging in the same place. And finally, she doesn't show affection in public. So you guys seem to have something going, right? At least in your mind. The vibe has been great. She's responding to your messages, all that there and then some. And then she just won't show affection in public. Now, I get it. Depending on where you're watching this video from, culturally, there will be some limitations. In the West, however, it may be a little easier to, show affection in public. If you're from Africa, maybe it's a different conversation. You know, people are judgmental culturally. There are certain norms and expectations before you can actually show affection. But you see, even with that, there's the whole argument of there are different levels of affection. There can be something as simple as holding hands. You know, I'm not saying go and kiss in public to sort of let everybody know that you're in a relationship, but something as simple as holding hands or a loving rub on their back or something like that, or holding the small of their back, just anything that shows that you're together and in a relationship. Now, this girl will never allow you to do things that are even as subtle as that. For me, it means she does not like you that much. And sometimes it's really confusing because indoors she could be all over you and things would be great, but as soon as you go out, she doesn't want the association. Is there someone else in the picture lurking around, going to be in the same space that you guys are heading to? I mean, what is really going on in her mind there? Either way, I think it should raise a red flag for you and should have you thinking through the relationship again and, you know, asking yourself if it's really something you want to keep going. So what do you do if the woman you're interested in is showing or giving you mixed signals? I say, first and foremost, you want to confront the issue. What's going on? What's happening here? Why do you do things the way you do? Is it because of X, Y, and Z? I would like you to come clean and make me understand why things are the way they are. Have that genuine conversation and let her explain herself. And well, if after having that conversation and letting her know what you're comfortable or not comfortable with, things do not change, just remember this, think about it, right? I think the ultimate antidote to people who give you mixed signals is for you to look at their actions and not their words. Because, you know, actions speak louder than words. She will say certain things to you, but her actions will do something completely different. Pay attention to her actions. They never lie. I'll see you in the next video. My name is Jessica. Smash the like button if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Bye for now.